Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Echo Kiro here, and I'm having a little fun with supposed to be a blue light, functioning more like a black light, and unfortunately not having so much fun with having a bad hair day. Now, I just got done watching Curse of the Blind Dead, literally maybe 5 minutes ago, and I want to talk about this, why things are still fresh in my head. This movie is not that good. Now, I had done a review of the first movie in the series because I have a box set or whatever combo that has the first four movies in it. But I had done a review of the first movie, Tombs of the Blind Dead, which came out in 1972. Would go on to be followed by three sequels over the next few years. 1973's Return of the Blind Dead, which is actually a good movie. I like the first two movies in the series. 74 is The Ghost Gallons. Didn't really care for that one. And cared even less for Night of the Seagulls. And this one is definitely my least favorite. Curse of the Blind Dead is my least favorite out of the series. Now, the guy, Armando de Rosoro, I'm probably saying his name wrong. I guess after that fourth movie, he wanted to do a fifth movie. I guess it might have been a screenplay or something he had. And there was some reason it never got made, and then he died. Passed away. So he passed away. If I can, well, I edited it. If I find the whole year when he passed away, I'll put it here. But we never really got another one. Now on my old channel, when I did this review, I don't know if I talked about the fifth movie in the series, but when I went back and re-edited it, I shot a new intro in which I briefly mentioned Curse of the Blind Dead. There is a YouTube channel for the company that did it, and only has one video on it. It's the trailer for this movie, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And finally, we're gonna get another one to the series. The zombies, the Blind Dead. There's some improvements and some improvements and some stuff that's worse than the original. Again, this movie was a Spanish made movie, a Spanish Portuguese movie, made 72, 73, 74, 75. So things weren't going to really be Hollywood style in terms of effects. So you just got like these skull type masks, these robes. You can see a little bit of the Templar outfit underneath it. Sometimes it'd be these plastic like skeleton hands they would use, but if they had to hold something, it was like they had like a gauntlet they would wear. Um, and you got the whole thing. In the first movie is they hunt by sound. Something you saw when one girl was trying to hide from them and not move. They were able to hear her heart. Brought that back for this movie, but oh God. Well, let's start at the top then with this movie. Now, the first two movies, Tombs and Return, we were given an origin story. Basically, Templars doing some demonic stuff, making sacrifices, and there was an uprising against them, and they were killed. We're given kind of like that again, only with some gore, because that's the one thing that's different between this movie and the other ones. It's got blood and guts. It's got gore. Something the other movies really. I mean, they had some blood, but they weren't like heavy in it, and really no gore. And that's like I said, we have blood and gore here. But basically, they wanted to sacrifice a baby to be immortal, and it failed, and they were captured. The pregnant mother who had some kind of demonic mark on her is killed. The baby's killed, and what was it? 3 or 4 of these Templars were there, and the eyes are burned out with this like kind of branding iron looking device. And then they're set on fire. And for the next damn near 40 minutes of the movie, most of the movie, mind you, you do not see the Templars, you do not see the Blind Dead for most of the movie. All you get is that there was some kind of situation that came up, apocalyptic situation, chaos, throughout the world, and now this father is having to protect his pregnant daughter. They get some help. It turns out that the people who's helping them worship, presumably the same entity that these Templars worship. I feel like I'm sinking in my chair. Anyways, they worship the same entity, and when you finally see them, when you finally see the Templars has the blind dead, I swear to God, it looks like the zombified Jedi Knights, minus the lightsabers. They got like the Luke Skywalker black, not Luke Skywalker, yeah, well Luke Skywalker, didn't he wear the black like robe, like Anakin wore it? He's got like that, with like the fronts ripped open so you can see like the chest cavity, and the masks are definitely, because I've seen the reviews, they're talking about them being like Halloween type stuff, cheap Halloween stuff. They're like that, but now because where the original masks, there was like no animation to the face. Here, the mouths can move a little bit. And you're given. They give you POV shots for the blind dead.
I implore you, accept our unworthy gift.
Oh God, they give you POV shots for the blind dead, and basically what you see is that they're doing like the whole echo thing where someone makes a sound, they can bounce off and they can, like get an image in their head, yet they're able to see a dead baby, which is not going to make a sound. And they slaughter the followers. And a gore-filled scene, it's the one scene where this guy gets his head like literally ripped in half or whatever. The eating intestines and stuff, where I remember them only going for the blood, not like ripping a person's intestine out. And they can sense when someone walks in the room, probably the hearing, and they can just turn and look. Apparently, the reason why they're able to also do this POV thing is they can hear the heart, because they can. And one time when they're doing the POV, it sounds like you hear a heartbeat. Again, how does that allow them to see a dead baby? Basically, the killing the followers. The father of the pregnant girl is trying to save her. There's some other woman's trying to help them. By the way, he ends up cutting one of his thumbs off and takes a big chunk out of his hand and is able to go and fight and kill some people. And when the blind dead walk in the movie, it's really loud. It's boom, boom, like a loud thudding sound. You would hear these guys. These guys, as loud as they are when they walk, there's no way these guys can sneak up on you. As bad as the POV shot from the blind dead, there's a scene where one of them gets stabbed. In order to save, by the way, they can sit there and put some mark on a pregnant woman's belly, and she gets like the whole white eyes, and she's all like docile, or do whatever they say. Well, to save the pregnant girl, this woman, after one of them has been stabbed, she sets one of the blind dead on fire, and they react. Something the other movies don't really recall them showing is the blind dead are linked. If you take one out, it affects the others. The father goes on to die, and I don't care if I'm giving spoilers or not. And there's a chase scene. Now, in the original movie, there's a scene where they're out in the daylight, and it's a slow motion scene where they're chasing somebody down, and they're on horses, slowly chasing them down. In this field, this is grass, there's trees, but it's mainly open. They recreate that shot, which one of the two cool moments of it is them recreating that shot, which by the way that shot from the original movie was reused in the second movie. By the way, the other cool moment is at the beginning of the movie. They play the Blind Dead song. Yeah, they have a song. If I can find a link for it, I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the description. But they have a song, so hearing that was like, okay, it's a nice little nod type deal towards the original. Then we get another kind of what the fuck thing. They look up, they realize the sun's out, and they catch on fire and seemingly die. Wait a moment. I thought they were the Blind Dead. They're like some kind of zombie type supernatural thing, not vampires. Okay, alright, they drank blood in the original. But they basically catch on fire and die, and then you find out that the order's later on is bigger than they think, and they come back and they take the baby with the woman screaming. We waited 45 years for a fifth. 45 years for an official fifth movie in this series. And this was a letdown. I had seen some reviews of this basically saying that it's not that good of a movie. I decided to go ahead and watch it anyways just because, why not? I'd seen the other ones. Well, not all of Night of the Sequels because I really did not care for that movie. But I'm going to probably go back and watch it because it's no way Night of the Sequels, which again I haven't seen all of, but it can't be as bad as this one. This one is terrible, and yeah, it leaves off with a cliffhanger possibility. Well, maybe a cliffhanger. I don't know if you heard that. Somebody drove a souped up engine, but it was a letdown. I'm feeling a little blue now. Tired, bad hair. Out of tea. Moving some more tea. Do some editing on this, but that was a letdown. I also think for some reason this was an Italian production. I have to look it up. And not a Spanish production. Maybe Italian. Some of the Italian movies I've seen can get a bit graphically violent. Maybe I'm used to the stuff from like from Fucci. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do some editing on this. May or may not put some clips in it from the movie, but I'll put the link if I can find the song for my original review, and for the YouTube channel that has one video on it that they put up, which is a trailer for this. But I am Echo Kiro, and I will see you on the flip side, and maybe I won't be feeling so blue.